Hey there, welcome back, buddy. In this video, we are going to learn what is Apex managed sharing in record level security. In order to understand this concept, I do have a use case. Let's say there is an object known as student object and it is having a field which is a lookup to user known as assigned placement staff. Now, let's say the scenario is like whatever the user has been selected in this field should be having access to that specific student record. So, this is the scenario. So, how can we achieve this? Either we can train our internal users stating that whenever you're changing this assigned placement stuff, manually share the record. So, if you don't know how to manually share the record, check out my previous video where I have explained about the manual sharing in a detailed way. Fine. We can train our internal users to manually share the record, but this prones to more error, right? Let's say some of the internal users forgets to share the record to the specific assigned placement staff, then that specific user will not be having access to the student record. And to prevent these manual errors, we can automate this process using Apex sharing. Now let's see how Apex sharing works in action. And here you can see I'm on the student record. As I said in the use case, I have already created a lookup to user field which is assigned to placement staff. And for your information, in the other tab, I have logged in as this particular professor user. And you can see this user is not having access to this student record. Okay. Now let me select the professor one user as the assigned placement staff. Now what did I mention? Either we can train our internal users to manually share the student record, right? So now let me just manually share the student record just to demonstrate how manual sharing works first. Let me manually share it. So let me share it to the professor user. Let the access be the read only and I'm clicking on save. Now that I have manually shared this particular record to professor 1 user, and here in this Edge browser where I have logged in as professor, let me just refresh the screen. And you can see this particular professor user gained access to the student record. As we do also seen in the previous video, Salesforce will be having a share record for each and every standard object and also for the custom object that we create. And Salesforce store the information like which record has been shared with which user or group. Also, it will be storing the access level and also it stores the row cost, like for what purpose the record has been shared. So here you can notice that as we have shared this particular record, Salesforce creates this particular student share record automatically at the backend in order for itself to track which record has been shared to which user or group. And now we are going to automate the sharing process, which is technically nothing but creating a record under the share object. Fine. So I have already created a flow. If you are new to flow, don't get feared by seeing this flow diagram sort of thing. I'll be explaining you what happens behind the scene. So this particular flow will get triggered whenever assigned placement staff, which is nothing but this field, gets modified or changed. And here I'm getting the student share record which is created for the priorly selected assigned placement staff. For example, currently the assigned user is professor 1 and now let's say for some reason I'm changing it to admin manager 1. Now I should be revoking the access from professor 1, right? So that's what I'm doing here. So here first I'm getting the student share record which is shared with the prior user and I'm checking whether the student share record is available or not. If it is available, I'm deleting them, which is nothing but revoking the access. Okay. Now here I'm checking whether the user is updating to some other user or the user is just simply removing or making that field as blank and saving. So if it is blank, I need not to create any share record, right? So that is where I'm checking whether it is null or not. If it is not null, I'm proceeding to create the share record. So here you can see I'm creating the student share record where I have to provide some details like what is the access level. So here I'm just selecting as read only. And next we have to provide which record has been shared. I'm just giving the currently triggering student record.id. And next we have to select what is the purpose of sharing. So usually we are automating the manual sharing, right? So I'm just giving the value as manual and then I am providing to which user or group we are sharing. So as per our scenario, we have to share it with the assigned placement staff, right? So I'm just selecting that particular field. Currently the flow is deactivated. Let me just activate it. Going back to the students tab, let me just select some other student which this particular professor user is not having access to. Okay. Let me just select the student. Now I'm updating this field to Professor 1 user. Okay, clicking on save. So before going to this particular view, let me show you this. Let me run export. Here you can see a student share record was created automatically by this record trigger flow, which means that we have already provided or granted access for that student record to this professor user. And here you can see this professor user gained access to this carry student record. Awesome. Now, an important consideration that I want you to keep in mind is that if you are trying to create the student share record for the record which the user is already having access to, we will be getting an error. For an example, this professor one user already owning this three records, right? Let me just take up this record, and here you can see the assigned placement staff is null. Now let me just update the assigned placement staff to the user itself, professor one user itself. Now what happens when you are saving this? This float trigger will get fired and it will create one student share record for the professor user with access as read only. But already our professor one user is having edit access to this record, right? Now let me just try saving this record, and here you can see we are getting an error. This is because this professor user is already having read write access to this record, but now we are explicitly creating the student share record with read only access, right? So that's the reason we are getting this error. But let's say this user is having read only access and you are trying to create the student share record with read write access. In that scenario we won't be getting this error. Okay. And one another consideration is that whenever the record owner has been changed, Salesforce will be automatically deleting its related share record where the row causes manual. Okay. So let's say for this carry record, a student share record has been already created for Professor 1 user. Now let me just change the owner for this student record. For example, I'm changing it to admin manager 1. Okay. And again, going back to data export, let me run export. And here you can see the existing student share record, which is there for professor one user was deleted and it was created for the admin manager one user. And also the access level is all. And also you can see the row cost is owner. And if I'm going back to this Edge browser, you can see this particular professor one user is not having access to the carry student record. Now you might be asking, Kirba, whenever I'm creating the student share record with row cost as manual, and that's the time Salesforce will be automatically deleting the share record upon owner change, right? Now, can I create a custom row cost? And answer to that is yes, but we can create custom row cost only for the custom object. Now, let me just show you how to create a custom row cost. For that, we have to navigate to the classic experience. Let me just switch to classic experience. And here we have to search for objects. First navigate to the setup and here search for objects. Let me click on the objects. Let me select my student object. And here you can see only the custom objects are available. Okay. Let me select the student. And when you're scrolling to the last, you'll be seeing a section known as Apex sharing reasons. And this is the place where you can create your custom row courses, which you can use it when you're creating the share record. But remember, the maximum number of custom row costs that you can create per object is 10. Okay. Now let's modify our existing flow to use the custom row cost which we have created. So this is the place I'm creating the student share record, and let me remove the manual sharing option which I have already created. Okay, let me save it as a new version and I'm activating the new version. It was activated. Now let me select some other new student record and I am selecting the professor as placement staff. As we already know, student share record would have already been created at the backend, and you can see the row causes placement staff access. Going back to the Edge browser, let me just refresh the page. And you can see the user gained access to the student record. Now what we are going to do, we are going to change the owner and test whether the access has been revoked or not. Okay, I am changing the owner to someone else. Okay, and I'm exporting the list of student share records. You can see that this particular record is not being automatically deleted by the Salesforce. and which means that the access has not been revoked from the user. Let me refresh the page over here. You can see still this user is having access to the student record. These are the difference between manual sharing and Apex managed sharing. We have seen most of the pointers, but one thing that I would like to highlight is that whenever we are automating the creation of share record with row calls as manual, that is not usually considered as Apex managed sharing. Whereas whenever we are creating the share record with custom row calls, right? And that's the time we will be considering that as Apex managed sharing. Fine. So these are the key consideration that you have to keep in mind when you want to automate the creation of share records, or if you are thinking of to go with Apex managed sharing. And as usual, I do also prepared some of the interview questions that can be asked under this topic. Pause the video to evaluate yourself. And yes, that's it for this video. See you next video. Thank you. Bye bye.